I was just like, that is the most horrible thing I can think of. That's the perfect name for a band.
My voice. We're going to see literal holograms. Is that real?
Right.
That. Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 76 of the Uncensored Podcast.
Yeah,
I got there in the end. I am the one true host, Riley, and today we have a guest. Would you like to introduce yourself?
My name is Kobe. I release music as tooth.gore. I advertise it everywhere as a band, but it's not a band. It's just me. I guess I could call my laptop my bandmate if I was really desperate. But I play surf punk music. So I'm from Nuki originally, which is a seaside town. It's all the rage. Everyone surfs. Yeah, I mean that's all the important stuff basically.
Fair enough. I'm gonna kick this off with a question. As a music student, I feel I need to ask: what DAW do you use?
I use Ableton because it came free with the the Scarlet Solo thing.
Yeah.
Which I got as a Christmas present, and Ableton was included in the like bundle, so it's free in it, you know.
Apparently, it's decent though. I've not heard many bad things about Ableton.
Yeah, it works for what I need it to do. Yeah,
I think fundamentally a lot of DAWs are very, very similar. It's just the way they're laid out that's different.
Yeah.
Because go ahead.
I mean, this is the like first one I've ever used, so I'm not used to any other one. So I know where everything is on it, which is helpful.
Yeah. Because I mean, for my course, I used Cubase. I do not like Cubase. It is dreadful.
Yeah,
not for any bad press. If you want to pay me to say it's great, I'm all in.
Yeah, if you're listening out there.
Yeah, but it's too, especially because it's one of my starting DAWs. I'm like, I have got no clue what's going on. Why is everything in a weird place? FL seems to be the best from the ones I've used.
Right.
But I don't think you can go wrong with a BandLab personally, or a garage.
Yeah.
Like whenever I'm making some music, I always do it on BandLab just because it's all there. I know my presets and it's the most the most accessible. So did you start creating music like on that DAW, or did you used to like record it into your phone and stuff?
The way that I actually started out is that I would write the songs on an acoustic guitar, and then I would go to the studio that I record at. And the guy there, he's called Ross. He's like an excellent drummer, as well as being like a studio producer. So I would play him the song on my acoustic guitar, and he'd be like, yeah, I think I can pick up what you're doing there. And then he would rip out like some incredible like Blink-182 drum beats for this song. And we'd like record like a crazy pop punk song out of it. That's like how I started out. And then in like March 2024 or something, I bought a drum machine, and that just like changed everything, because I was like, I can like actually program the drums and I can make the song before I go to the studio instead of just turning up. Which that made a big change into like how I wrote the songs as well.
Yeah,
because I had a more clear vision of what I wanted to come out of it, rather than just like coming up with just the guitar bits.
Yeah, of course. And just going slightly further back, how did you come to the conclusion, hey, I want to make music, I want to like put my spin on things?
It basically started out at like 13 years old. I started listening to Green Day, and I saw Billy Joe Armstrong, and I was just like, I want to do that.
Yeah.
And then, like, obviously since then, my taste in music has changed a bit. But he was like the first person I saw, and I was like, that is really cool. I want to make music like he does. And that after that, I started taking guitar lessons, and yeah, just went from there.
That's pretty cool. So I always quite liked Green Day, but I can't say I ever got really into them. Like on a surface level, like Green Day are.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
Like, was it one of them that your parents were big Green Day fans, or is it just you found them through your own?
Yeah, my parents were always playing it when I was a little kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess that's how it started, my taste in music, I guess.
And would you say like those inspirations from like Green Day are just as prevalent in your music now as they were when you just started out?
I think if you listen to my earlier songs, I think it's a lot more obvious. Like, I think some of them sound like almost like rip-offs of Green Day songs. Like, but I think, especially my newer stuff, I started listening to a lot of different music. I think you can hear the like evolution and the growth as an artist, as like my own person as well. I think but a lot of the early songs, I think you can hear the inspiration.
Yeah, and when it came to the name, tooth.gore is pretty kick-ass. So like, how did you go? That's the one. That's what I'm rolling with.
It's pretty funny. It was just because I've always been really into horror films as well, like as a big interest. And it was like I was in a film class, and it was a term I think I heard someone use for like in horror when people get their teeth injured. I was just like, that is the most horrible thing I can think of. That's the perfect name for a band. I mean, I was like 16 years old at the time. You know, that's kind of what you go for at that age. I've just stuck with it ever since.
Yeah, so yeah, that is just what you decided to roll with for assuming definite. To be fair, it stands out. It's like if I'm like big billboard, I go, you know what? Fuck yeah! Like that's tooth.gore.
Yeah, thank you.
And so you mentioned just kind of step. You mentioned Green Day were a big inspiration. Were there any other like bands or artists that you'd say you really drew from? Or do draw?
Yeah, especially from my newer songs. A band called The Frights, who are like they're a surf punk band as well. They're like have a really interesting mix of like sort of 50s inspired doo-wop sections and then like really fast-paced punk sections. And I thought that was like a really cool, interesting mix, and I was really drawn to that. And another band as well, they're called Fiddler, and they're like quite skate punk, surf punk, really like really not too produced, like really raw, punky sound. I think that was something that was really cool. And I heard them on the soundtrack of like the Tony Hawk's Pro Skater games, and I was like, that is just the coolest thing. I want to make music like that.
Do you think there's anything in particular that really like drew you to this like earthy punk sound?
I think, I don't know, it just always felt like quite relatable to me. Because like it was quite a unrefined sound, but especially all the words were like just people singing about their feelings. Really, it was like just a quite a relatable thing. So yeah, it was like a weird combination where it's like really loud music, but the lyrics are quite personal as well. I thought that was just like a really good way to sort of express emotions.
Yeah,
as well as also just really cool.
Yeah, definitely. But I think a lot of it is that punk sound, it sounds like you said, it is very raw. It's very like to the point.
Yeah.
Like, is what I want to get across. And on top of music, I do media, and a whole big thing I'm working on at the moment is I've got to make a poster for this like imaginary festival.
Oh, right.
And so like when it came to like my brief to make a poster about, I was like, you know what, I want to do something on like a punk festival, right? Because I'm someone who goes to a lot of like underground gigs, so I've been to my, and like so I've put a lot of research into like the punk and grunge like aesthetic and just the general like community around it. And I have noticed, I feel like that whole underground scene lately has been making like a big resurgence. It's like almost in a revival era right now.
Yeah, definitely.
Because like obviously like late 90s, early 2000s, like it was almost a revolt. It was like it was massive, it was a whole movement.
Yeah.
I think that's what made it so big and that's so inspiring, because it's like it's these people who they weren't, for the most part, at least back then, they weren't on the billboards, they weren't these massive bands, but there was so many instances of like, I am the people, like I am you, I am like, I am giving this voice to talk about what I want to talk about. And I thought it was something really powerful, like a sense of community that I think got lost for a little while.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's a really good point. I think that is another thing that like drew me to it. It's like these are people who feel like they're part of the people as well. They're not like rock stars and pop stars. They feel like genuine people, if that makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. Like they do feel great. They feel real. It's like the music they make. We describe them the same way. It's raw. It's passionate.
Yeah.
And it's because I think it's kind of a like both sides help each other thing, because what they write about is so personal and relatable to people. Then people listen to the music and go, you know what? Yeah, he is just like me. And then like they're making these songs like, you know what?
Yeah.
These people are just like me, and it's a self-fulfilling prophecy kind of thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And yeah, it's definitely a very powerful tool. I think a lot of people, especially nowadays when everything is so saturated, like everything has a market, everything is like on blast through millions. I think it's easy to forget just how powerful like the voice is when enough people actually use it.
Yeah. I think you got it perfect.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. I think a good example is just this weekend was the Super Bowl, obviously. And I'm not like really a big watcher of American football, but I feel like everyone kind of tunes in when it's the Super Bowl because it's such a big event. And it was like because Kendrick Lamar did his halftime show, and there was mixed opinions on it. And then like the more I'd read on it, it was like no, there was this messaging. Like he was trying to get this across. Like this was a movement that people just kind of pushed aside as look at him mocking Drake. And like once again, I think of like nowadays people so like they don't really want to use their voice. Like these people that have the power are so less using that platform to speak, or the aren't. And yeah, it's definitely something inspiring to, I think.
Yeah, I think you've hit the nail right on the head.
And is that something that you try to convey or get across in your music, would you say?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's something I've tried to do, definitely. And I think writing a song is like a really personal experience. I think a lot of it is just like hoping that it finds its audience of people who relate and who are interested in what I'm saying. But I think absolutely it is like the goal to, be sort of like accessible to people and have sort of a message that is important and sort of lasts beyond the music itself. I think that would be like an amazing goal to have. I think it's something that would be really meaningful to me as well, to think that my songs have like impact and on people, and they mean something to people. I think
Yeah.
that would be the best thing in the world.
Yeah, definitely. And is there anything that you like, if you could have just like one key message that you could say to like the world right now, what would you think it would be? That flag that you're constantly bearing?
I think just like it sounds kind of cringy. Just be yourself and don't be ashamed to just, you know, to like be who you are, and you know, have sort of the faith that you're gonna find your people who accept you, if that makes any sense.
I think it does, and I think because I think a lot about the whole be yourself thing, and I think I really think I've begun to figure out like the kind of workaround, because I very much strive to be exactly who I want to be. Like I'm old enough where I don't feel I need to sugarcoat or anything, because I think a lot they're scared to change because it no longer fits the normal, and when it doesn't fit the normal, people attack it. Like
absolutely.
And because it's a weird cycle. You conform because you're going to get picked on if you're not normal, but then no one's being different because you break the normal. And so what I did, especially when I started like sixth form and like moving on in my life, I was like, well, you know what? I am going to wear whatever I'm going to wear. I'm going to act how I want to act. And people be like, whoa, what? Because then if I'm doing that from day one, that is the normal. That is my normal.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if everyone just does that, then that like normal, which is I fucking hate the word normal because there is no real set definition to it. But then if everyone is just true themselves, that becomes the normal, and then you're in a position where everyone is open and everyone is happy. At least that's how I see it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's exactly right.
Yeah, it's something that's obviously will never happen. Like it's optimistic, but we're in such a weird system. But yeah, there's so many people like now, like especially lately with that platform, who do try to preach that whole be yourself thing. And as much as I quite want to go, like Bloodfest is a great example. Young Blood just being like, okay, literally anyone come here, like we're all the same. And so I think he, as much as he does get like ragged quite a bit in the media, is quite a good person to look up to and a very good voice for a lot of people.
I agree. I mean, I don't know too much about him, but I think his whole ideology of just like, you know, it doesn't matter if you don't fit in, you know, like everyone's welcome here. I think that's such a good message to be preaching for someone who has like as big a platform as he does. I think that's just like great.
Yeah, exactly. And I think there's something big of, I mean, anyone can say that, like even if you've got a big platform, but then going, you know, no, I'm going to make a big festival, a huge gathering. Literally anyone who can be anyone, and just going to prove, look, this works. Like here are people completely different from everyone else there, and they're all having a great time. Why can't you?
Yeah.
On a similar subject, have you ever been to any festivals?
Yeah, I've been to Slam Dunk. I've been to Download. I think those are the main ones. I've been to a lot of like smaller gigs. I think those are the two main festivals I've been to. I think they were both. I know recently Slam Dunk's had its problems with the organization of it, but for the bands they put on, is like pretty much unmatched. At least in the UK.
What year did you attend?
Oh, sorry.
What year did you attend the festivals? What was the lineup like?
I went to Slam Dunk in 2023. And I went to see because Enter Shikari were like headlining, and they're one of my family's like favorite bands. I'd never seen them before.
It's a shame that because Cheddar Shikari is one of Tom's like biggest
Oh,
bands.
really?
I'm yet to really get into them.
Yeah, I mean, just in terms of like the like stage presence of it and the like performance aspect, they were amazing. They had like these massive screens, and they had like all the cool effects on it. It was a great show. But I know that Offspring as well were playing at the like same time as well, so it was a big choice. But I think it was worth it to see Enter Shikari.
Yeah. And then Download, how was that like?
That was in 2018. That was like my first real big festival.
Yeah.
I remember having an amazing time. Obviously, Download was a lot of metal bands, but the year that I went, they had like Neck Deep as one of the main people on the smaller tent stages, and yeah, that was just amazing. It was the first time I think I ever been in like a circle pit, and that was pretty fun.
Yeah, I actually almost went to see Neck Deep last year or the year before last.
Oh,
And then,
really?
money
Yeah,
happens. Because I haven't really listened to much of them, but I'm very like, if I've got the money and they're a name, even if I've not heard them, I'm like, you know, I'm always down to find new things. And apparently it was a really good set, so I'm quite gutted I missed out. But yeah, I've heard very good things about them.
Yeah, they were really good. They were probably the highlight for me of going there. Because I mean I love metal music, but I mean the like punk and the pop punk stuff, that's just like that's my thing. So seeing them, it was so cool.
Yeah, did you see any other like really good bands while you were there?
I'm trying to remember. I saw Bury Tomorrow, who are like a metal band. I really like them. Who else was there? I think I walked past Guns N' Roses while they were playing. But it was like super crowded.
Yeah.
So we were we were leaving to beat the like rush of the car park. Because obviously after Guns N' Roses finished, everyone was going to be like leaving at the same time. So we didn't stick around for the end of that. I'm trying to think. It was a long time ago, but yeah, Neck Deep was definitely the highlight.
I'm having a look at the 2018 download now. Yeah, Guns N' Roses, Avenged Sevenfold.
Oh yeah.
Were you there all 3 days?
I think I was there for 2 of the days. I don't think I stayed for the Sunday.
Ozzy Osbourne, that would have been.
Oh, right, yeah. Well, I remember another of my favorite bands that I saw there. They were like on really early. There's Boston Manor.
Boston.
Yeah, and they're quite a lot bigger now. I saw them recently in Bristol, and they pull like a really big crowd, and I think they're quite more popular. But at the time, they were just like this little band, I think from Blackpool as well. And they were just like amazing, and they were the first band we saw as well. And I remember being like super blown away by that. And obviously now they're big, so you know it must have caught on. But
I mean,
yeah, it was
I think
really.
Sorry. Yeah. I really think the thing about Download, especially when you look back, like, what, this was 7 years ago now. Like,
Yeah.
Because if we look Saturday, the very bottom, like the tiniest section on the Dogtooth stage, you've got Massive Wagons, a band that we've had on the podcast before, like are destined to do amazing things, like amazing band. Literally 2 names after them, Sleep Token.
Oh,
Sleep
wow.
Token are headlining this year.
Yeah,
And,
that's insane.
like, yeah,
I
that's
didn't even
crazy.
know that.
Like within 4 pixels of each other, a band that's been on the Uncensored podcast and Sleep Token, who I saw at the O2 Arena.
That's insane.
I know.
Yeah, I didn't know about that.
And this is what I love about like doing a podcast, because I see so many bands and it's like, oh my god, that you start to piece them together. It's like I've interviewed them, I've spoke to them,
Yeah, yeah.
This was a monster lineup, by the way. Like, there are so many bands that I love on here of like
It was
sizes.
excellent. Yeah.
Baby Metal, Asking Alexandria,
Oh yeah,
The
I
Struts.
remember.
I fucking love The Struts. I think they're so goated. Volbeat, oh mate, I've been trying to see Volbeat for so long. Yeah, that was a good download. Jesus.
Yeah, and a great like first proper festival to go to as well.
Oh, definitely. You planning to this year's?
This year's got like Green Day and Weezer, doesn't it? I think I didn't get tickets for it because obviously money is just they were like expensive. But I remember really wanting to because I Green Day I love, and Weezer is another band that I really like as well. I remember thinking that's
well,
like
Weezer are always awesome. So
yeah. I've never actually got to see them live. I was supposed to, but I lived down in Cornwall, and there were train strikes on the day I was supposed to see Green Day and Weezer, and I just had no way of getting there. I had to like sell my tickets. That was pretty heartbreaking.
that sucks. But yeah, 20 this year's lineup is pretty good. The headliners, you've got Green Day, like as you mentioned, which will be great. Sleep Token, which once again, I've literally got 2018 lineup next to it, where they are the very bottom, like in that tiny font, and now what 7 years later they are right at the very top, and then Korn on the Sunday, which
that makes sense.
Yeah, Korn are great. I was actually going to see them last year.
Oh really?
But unfortunately, I'm not that big of a Korn fan. But Denzel Curry were opening. I am a big Denzel Curry fan. So I was, and then I was like, I can't justify that money when I don't even like the main act that much.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, there's more bands to be announced than this, but I mean, you've got Weezer, like you said, Bullet for My Valentine, Spirit Box, Steel Panther, like another very stacked lineup, and then McFly's on there as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like you look at this list, and in another 7 years, like one of these like bands in the smaller font could be the next headline.
Yeah,
could be the next like, massive sensation. But actually, you know what? I usually say this question for the end, but I think it's so topical for what we're talking about now. I'm gonna whack it now. If you were to put on your own download festival, who would be your 3 headlining bands? Your Friday, Saturday.
I feel like this question is really wasted on me. Because I know a lot of people who are like, really into loads of bands. They got like really varied tastes, but I kind of just listen to like the same 3 or 4 bands over and over again. So I would have to say like Bidlar and the Frights and Pup. I love Pup. They're like my favorite band in the world. Obviously that wouldn't work as a festival. But they're just like my all-time favorite bands. I wouldn't make the music I make without them existing. So, I always get asked questions like that, or like I had an interview where it was like, if you could go to any gig throughout like any history, no matter what time period or whatever, who would you go see? And my answer was, I'd go see the Frights in 2018. And the guy was in disbelief because like that's in my lifetime. I could have picked anyone. But they're just absolutely my favorites.
But also with a question like that, we are in such an amazing era. Like the past, let's say 40 years. I know music has been great for far longer than that, but in the past 40 years, especially in the era of social media, the waves that like music has made, I think it is logical to say, I mean, that might have only been like 5-6 years ago, like last year, because things are only getting bigger.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Like, what confuses me though, I actually talked about, might have even been last podcast, I do not understand ABBA Voyage. How does that work?
That's a good question. I think I've asked this exact same question because I don't know anything about ABBA to begin with, but I know some people who are quite into it. I don't really get it. I
Yeah,
don't
it's like
understand.
how are they holograms? I feel like this is really cutting edge technology, and no one seems to mention it.
Yeah, it's just for ABBA.
Yeah, exactly. Like this is completely groundbreaking for the Mamma Mia team.
Yeah, it's it doesn't make sense to me, but I know some people who are really into it. They'd probably be very upset if they heard me talking about it like this.
Yeah, I mean, no disrespect to ABBA. I mean, ABBA
Yeah,
are
yeah,
awesome,
yeah.
but I just am completely confused with the concept, and there's way too much reading on this article for me to be that interested.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Oh, hang on, okay. The ABBA band members wore motion capture suits as part of the development process and were filmed as they performed a 22-song set over the course of 5 weeks. Some
Wow.
160 cameras were used.
Wow.
That is mental. The choreography is based on the band members' real movements, but captured from younger body doubles.
Right.
That seems
Crazy.
really, really advanced, and I just don't. I'm good. You know, I'm so gonna watch a documentary on it after this because now
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
really interested.
That's going on.
But
Yeah, it's such a bizarre thing that like I don't think any other band at all is doing as well. Like even the ones that are, older,
yeah,
it's not a thing that's done outside of ABBA. It's crazy.
it's like a neat concept.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. I wonder if
Which, to
they've
be
got
fair,
a trademark on it or something now. Like they're the whole
possibly
band.
because yeah, I think they must have. Because surely there'd be like a Michael Jackson exhibition by now,
Yeah,
like
yeah, you would think.
exhibition, or one of them huge like there. Like I'm sure there has got to be.
Yeah, yeah.
But what's also really weird about it is I don't remember it being built. I don't remember it being promoted. I just remember it being there one day, and everyone was like, "Yeah, that's a thing." I was like, "What? Why are you moving on so quickly from the fucking hologram?" Like,
Yeah.
that's really cool.
It's like nobody talks about it. Like
Yeah,
before or since. It's just there was a thing that's holograms now.
yeah, exactly. Like now
Crazy.
it's like going to the National Museum. Like, yeah, going to see ABBA voice. You're going to see literal holograms. Like, what? And this is a
Yeah.
mockery, but this is like, this is huge, you know? Am I just stupid? I don't get it. This seems really big and no one cares.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. It feels like it should be a much bigger thing.
They've got to open some more. Like at some point, there's got to be
Yeah,
Michael Jackson, especially Michael Jackson. Like, not that I'm a
yeah.
massive Michael Jackson fan myself, but I feel like that would be where the money is.
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. And
On
like,
the other hand, sorry, yeah, go ahead.
you would think more like sort of more bands would have tapped into this market as well, because there's like so many bands that are remembered as like legendary. Like even some that are like still touring and still going, they're like legendary bands, and no one's like seems to be tapping into this market. That you'd think there'd be like loads of money in it.
Yeah. To be fair, now I think about it, I guess the issue is most of these exhibits would be for people, like I said, like Michael Jackson,
Yeah,
but I don't think it's available to do a mocap.
no,
Like,
no, I don't think that'd be in a schedule, honestly.
I think he's got a few things on, but
Yeah, yeah.
I did watch recently a video popped up on my page of his Super Bowl performance
Oh
where
yeah, yeah. I saw that too.
he stood still for like 2 minutes. And I was like, you
Yeah,
know
yeah,
what? That is a man who literally had the world at his grasp. Like, say
yeah,
what you want, like the things behind him, especially nowadays when you look back on him. But
yeah.
at that time, that was a man who literally had the world like this.
Yeah,
Like,
and everyone was cheering for like the whole 2 minutes as well. That is an insane thing.
imagine it's got to be hundreds of millions of people like watching the Super
Yeah,
Bowl. all sat there in anticipation, eating it up as you're literally standing in silence.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't think there's many people who could pull that off.
Now I'm really curious if they are making any new things like ABBA Voyage.
They've
Like-
kept it quiet if they are.
But they kept it quiet about ABBA Voyage. I do not remember it becoming a thing.
Yeah, yeah, that is a good point, actually. That is a very good point.
Like, it just appeared and you just accepted that. What? What is the future of ABBA Voyage? What? I can't see anything.
Right.
I feel like it could be done by like AI, especially now. The more advanced it gets.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
like,
especially
say about the ethics, but like it is like the business way to go.
Yeah, yeah. From a business perspective, definitely.
Oh, hang on. Apparently there was something similar. Elvis AI.
Really?
What's this about? Too much reading. Yeah, but I mean, virtual concerts as a thing isn't new. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
like you look at these big like VTuber stars, like that Hatsune Miku. I can't say I know really anything about her, but I know of her existence, and I know a huge following. But it's like you could do this on Twitch. Like, how much money
Yeah,
would you just
Realistic.
out?
I mean, the only thing I know about Hatsune Miku is that she was in some like Domino's ads or something I've seen on the internet. It's very funny seeing her just like in random adverts.
I have never heard of this. Hang on.
I swear it must be a real thing. I can't have imagined this.
This might be a fever dream.
No way.
Wait, what is this? That was 6 years ago. Is that real?
Right.
That. I hang on. Let's bring over the screen share. Here we go. I have not played this yet. I've got no idea what this is about.
Hello, everyone. I'm Scott, president of Domino's Pizza. Have you heard of Hatsune Miku? Today, I'd like to announce a new collaborative project featuring Hatsune Miku. Domino's app featuring Hatsune Miku. Hatsune Miku exists in a software called Vocaloid. Vocaloid enables you to produce songs. A character named Hatsune Miku sings the songs you create. A great feature is you can create songs as you like. I knew our talented Domino's Pizza crew could work together and create great Vocaloid songs. Bokoropi, Eshi, Chokyoshi,
It doesn't make sense at all, the collaboration.
Amazing Vocaloid songs have been created with the fantastic imagination of the crews from all over Japan. The challenge was successfully carried out, and this new collaborative app was produced.
What?
Based on Miku's image, the Domino's app changes its appearance. A lot of music and illustrations produced by Domino's crew are here. From the menu to the order, it looks very cute, just like Miku. Once your pizza's delivered, have some fun with Miku. It comes with a social camera function, and you can take various poses, pictures of Miku. Very cool. And last but not least, the live performance. Start the pizza stage live and point the camera towards the pizza box, and the pizza box will turn into a live dancing venue. Live performance of Love for Night, produced by Domino's crew. Here we go.
That might have been the best thing ever.
Yeah, that's made my entire week. That was incredible. I do not remember it in that much detail.
It just kept getting better. I was kind of bored. I was like, some guy, and he brings out his little phone. It's like, check out Hatsune Miku, guys. and then it started dancing on the pizza.
Yeah. That's the future of technology, honestly. Getting Hatsune Miku to dance on your pizza.
Flying cars. They said flying cars.
We got anime girls to dance on your pizza. The future is really an incredible thing.
Could you imagine being like Thomas Jefferson or like one of them big people being like, yep, this is electricity. We're gonna make such, or like, I'm making the internet. Like, hello world. Okay, this is groundbreaking. Think of the possibilities. Fucking Hatsune Miku from Fortnite dancing on his pizza box.
I hope whatever like businessman in some fucking boardroom whoever's idea that was, I hope they got a massive raise. I hope they're just
there was a room, qualified professionals in next suits sitting around a table, and they went, right, we need to sell pizzas, boy. What you got? And one of them goes, I've got it. I got it. I'm so confused. That man who was doing that advertisement, I refuse to believe he'd ever heard of Hatsune Miku.
No, he didn't know what he was talking about when he was recording it. I'm gonna be honest.
No, that's actually so good. I need to be a fly on the wall when that happens. We came out with the double pepperoni. Yeah. We really need to sell it. What we got? Steve, what you got? Steve, you're a fucking genius. Wrap it up, folks.
Yeah. Everyone else out, you know, he's won.
And to think that guy is now Elon Musk is crazy. All from that one idea.
Yeah, that's what made him his billions. Hatsune Miku pizza.
Domino's or Hatsune Miku, if you're watching, please bring it back.
Please.
If any company is watching, please sponsor. Please get Hatsune Miku sponsor.
Every company should just have Hatsune Miku on everything.
What's the legality of using Hatsune Miku for promotion?
Yeah, I mean, to be fair,
if I promote this episode with Hatsune Miku,
you're gonna get sued by Domino's.
No! What if I have to buy a pizza? I go, let's guys, buy Domino's pizza. Yeah. Oh my god. I might need to check the legality of promoting this podcast with Hatsune Miku.
Yeah. God. I'm so glad that my episode is the Hatsune Miku episode though. Like that is the best possible outcome, I think.
You know what? Sometimes I struggle for thumbnail inspiration. Not today. Not today.
Not today.
So I must ask the question on everyone's minds: when's your song with Hatsune Miku coming out?
I'm still working on that one. I've been in contact with Hatsune Miku's lawyers to try and get the collab to come through. You know, she's a hard woman to reach, honestly.
It's almost like she's a producer.
Yeah, some could say it's almost like she's not even really here.
It's almost like she's a gigabyte of RAM on a USB. She's not here because she's a floppy disk.
Yeah. Don't leave her in the computer too long. The fucking magnets will wipe the data. Hatsune Miku will be gone forever.
If you buy a Hatsune Miku pizza, you can't store it in the fridge because the magnets on the inside will really mess with the wiring.
Yeah.
Oh, good lord. So, your actual music, do you have anything coming out that you'd like to promote?
I've just, I've just I guess I got to promote my new song that's just come out. It's called So. It released on January 31st. It came out with a new music video, which you can find on the Tooth.gore YouTube channel. Yeah, we've got more good stuff to come, but I don't know what I'm allowed to say, or because I'm working with companies like PR companies and stuff. And I don't know what I'm allowed to announce, but I will promote that So is already released. You can listen to it on all platforms. I hope people enjoy it.
It's that Hatsune Miku non-disclosure agreement, isn't it?
Yeah. I can't discuss anything,
You're gonna keep it on the hush for now.
Yeah. Don't tell anyone about the Miku connection.
Well, just wait for tooth.gore, the next big feature soon.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'll know I've made it when the Miku feature happens. I'll have peaks then. It's all downhill after that.
When I'm looking at the download 2032 lineup, and I see tooth.gore and Hatsune Miku as the main headliners.
Yeah.
In my head, we've got tooth.gore on the Friday, Hatsune Miku on the Saturday, and then tooth.gore Miku on the Sunday in a massive fuck off collab set. You've taken over the world by this point. Yeah. All your VTube and AI videos and songs, they're literally everywhere. You can't escape them. That's when I'll know. Uncensored. Yeah. You were the reason we made it. Honestly. The birth of realistic ideas.
Yeah. Oh, honestly, I should have thought of this a long time ago.
Yeah, I mean, the idea was right there. And then after your 65 years of touring, I mean, you're ready to go for more, but Hatsune Miku at her old age can't move like she used to. And then, then you get tooth.gore Miku Voyage, the holographic experience.
The holograms. I think we'd struggle to get Hatsune Miku in one of them mocap suits, though. I don't think she'd go for it.
She is a bit
maybe when she's older. Yeah.
She won't be able to move like she used to, but it's all right. Get her in a mocap. It's just some dude, just some like sweet old dude, just like, yeah, let's go, boys. I'm ready. It's Miku time.
Yeah. And then
you could be Hatsune Miku, and I would never know.
Yeah. Have you ever seen me and Hatsune Miku in the same room? Honestly,
I raised the question: have you ever seen Hatsune Miku fuck anyone in the same room?
That's a good point. That's a very excellent point. Well put.
Okay. I have one last question before we reach conclusion.
Okay.
It's the question that I always
Is it Miku?
It's not. Actually, I've got two questions. Neither of them are technically Miku related, but trust me. Okay, so let's start with question one, which I'll be surprised if you get Miku into it. This question: what would you call the best sandwich?
The best sandwich. Ah, this is a good question. What? Can I call a McMuffin a sandwich? Does that count?
That's a good question.
Is that different? Does that count as like a burger? Is a burger different to a sandwich?
I mean, they are technically okay. According to Google, they are breakfast sandwiches.
Okay,
So,
okay.
Okay, I will count a McMuffin, but it depends what McMuffin.
So that's a good point. I would say the sausage and egg McMuffin, but with a double patty. So you get double the sausage.
Oh, yeah. And you're right. You are right. I thought you were going to say bacon, and my heart stopped. I've never had a bacon one, but I just cannot picture it being better than the sausage one.
No, absolutely, absolutely not. And then you get like an extra hash brown as well.
Oh, yeah. The hash browns are such filth for no reason. They're so good.
Just incredible. Just absolutely.
Yeah. Petition for all McDonald's breakfast food to be available all day round.
Absolutely. I'm on that immediately. It's the best thing.
Yeah, and second petition for McDonald's to get a Hatsune Miku sponsor.
She'll dance on your McMuffin. It'll be amazing.
She'll dance.
We did it. We got Hatsune Miku in. We did it.
A three-pack brown when you stream Hatsune Miku's new single with tooth.gore.
Yes. I get my two favorite things: Hatsune Miku and McDonald's breakfast.
Yes. The world is healing.
The world is healing.
This is how you get type 6 civilization, people. Fuck, like caging the sun for power.
Yeah, no. All we need is Hatsune Miku and McDonald's breakfast, and the world will be a better place.
You know, we were talking earlier about how it's unlikely we'll ever really reach true world peace. Fuck that. We've just solved it.
Get that out of there. We figured it out. Miku McMuffin. That is the key to world peace. We got it. We figured it out.
This is a documentary about how we solved world peace.
Oh my god. I think this is what we needed at the start of 2025 with everything that's been going on. We found the cure.
Exactly. Hatsune Miku for the Super Bowl next year.
Oh, yes. That is the true sign that we've come full circle and we've achieved world peace, I think.
I think we just need an idol to look up to, a prophet.
Yeah.
And I think Hatsune Miku in all the flesh-ish is the way to go. Okay. I'm scared to ask the last question now. Okay. I do the same speech word for word every time, so I need to lock in for a moment.
Okay.
Fucking hell. Okay. I'm going to ask you to make a band. Now, there are a few ground rules. Let me explain them. You can have as many or as few people as you'd like, as when you've got the core fundamentals of a singer, a bassist, a guitarist, and a drummer. You can be in the band, you don't have to be. They don't need to be able to play the instrument to put them in the band. They can be alive or dead. They will be alive when they perform unless you specifically request them not to be. I guess I've got to add another rule. I don't need to be a real tangible person. Go. The floor is yours.
Okay. I think the first thing we need in this excellent band that I'm going to make, I think we need Bob Dylan exclusively to play the harmonica at like 10 times louder than all the rest of the instruments. He's not going to sing or anything. He's just there to play the harmonica really loud. I think for the singers, you're going to have me and Hatsune Miku at the same time.
Simultaneously.
Just for every song. Every song is like a duet.
But the question here is Hatsune Miku going to don the grunge punk style, or are you going to don the megastar idol?
Yeah, no, I'm gonna dress in the same outfit as Hatsune Miku, of course. You know, there's no other way to do it.
That would be a moment for history. It's like the Trojan horse.
Yeah, absolutely. This is the path to world peace.
We mentioned Michael Jackson standing still for 2 minutes. You guys will stand still for 15, and they'll still be cheering.
Oh, speaking of, can we hire him to stand still for the whole thing, just like on the side?
I don't think he's moving, so yeah.
Yeah, it's a good point. Good point. You know,
I think it'd be more expensive to hire him to move.
I don't think he can put up that much of a protest if we put him on the side to stand still. If I'm honest,
I don't think so.
I think for the drummer, I'm gonna pick Trey Cool, who's the drummer of Green Day, but specifically when they were really young and on drugs. Because I've read this story on the internet that I can't remember what talk show it was, but after every time Green Day played this specific talk show, Trey Cool would chase after the talk show host, would just like run at him, and like scare him to death after they finish playing. And I think that is the energy that we need for this band.
I must raise a very valid criticism, though. I do not think you can take a man on awful drugs and put him on a stage with Michael fucking Jackson, tooth.gore in a Hatsune Miku costume, and a fictional character.
On the contrary, I think he was probably seeing some crazy stuff like this anyway. You know, I don't think this will be too out of the ordinary for the bloke. So I think he's the perfect fit, if I'm honest.
You know what? You raise a point.
I think.
Do you want any consideration?
I think for the bassist, I don't know if you've ever had this before. I think I would like a clone of me, to play all the bass bits. But he's going to be in like player 2 colors, so he's going to be like a color swap. He's going to have like black hair instead of white. I think that would be... No Miku outfit. Yeah, he's just dressed normally. He didn't quite get the memo on that. Yeah, I think that's all the members we need. You know, I think this is an absolute power group.
However, I think you need a hype man, and I can tell you exactly the hype man you need.
I'm so interested.
Yeah.
Oh, he's back! He's back!
This man!
Yes! He's gonna be like, you know, like in WWE, how they have the like commentators and the announcers. He's gonna be like our announcer, and he's gonna commentate between songs. He's
the Jerry Lawler. He just sits there in the corner and goes, "This is amazing."
Yeah, he's perfect. I think we've created a band that will inevitably take over the whole world.
We can't wait to see him at Download. Please name this band. I need to know.
Oh, this is so tough.
AI could never recreate this.
I just, this is the greatest band of all time. I think we need a good name as well. I think, I don't know if there's you know, any laws against. I think we should be called the Sonic the Hedgehog Band. Just to really get the chaos going. But I don't know if the lawyers at Sega would like that.
I think it depends. I think if they're not trademarked for music with Sonic the Hedgehog Band, it should be fine.
That's a good point. But I think he perfectly represents the kind of unhinged chaos we bring as a band. I think he'll be our mascot, Sonic the Hedgehog. Yeah,
that is a lawsuit. That's definitely a lawsuit.
Okay, no, not the mascot. He's just gonna be our inspiration. We can make our own legally distinct blue speed mouse.
Sanic.
Yeah, we can be the band of Sanic. Oh,
Sanic.
It's all coming together because he's also blue, and Hatsune Miku has blue hair.
Exactly.
Yes, this is perfect. It's all coming together.
And you know what? You probably could use Sonic, because when companies see how huge this is going to be, they're
they're gonna want it. Yeah. We're gonna be advertising for like Sonic the Hedgehog 50 or whatever film they're on when this band forms.
Keanu Reeves still just churning out movies.
Of course, they're gonna make him do that till he drops.
I genuinely do not think there's a better place to end this.
I don't know if that's what you were expecting from that question.
Honestly, it kind of was.
I love that. I think it represents what we're about here at Tooth.gore. And when I say we, I mean just me, because again, there is no band.
Not yet.
Not yet. Not until we get, what is it, Bob Dylan and Hatsune Miku. Oh god.
So if this has not inspired you to go listen to Tooth.gore, I genuinely do not know what will. Like this has been an episode and a half, and I fear if this has not helped you on the Uncensored podcast or Tooth.gore, it says more about you than us. Do you have anything else that you'd like to say or promote or get out there?
I don't know, go follow me on Instagram for all that good content. Get in there before the Hatsune Miku connection, and then you can say you were a true fan from the beginning. Thank you for having me as well. This has been incredible. I've learned so much.
Do you see why I told you not to set this as the precedent for other interviews?
Yeah. I mean, it's been incredible. I don't know what you're talking about. Best interview. I think we've both learned a lot about each other, about Hatsune Miku.
Yeah.
About the world in general.
And to think this is where world peace started. It's inspirational.
It truly is. It brings a tear to my eye.
Well, everybody, thank you very much for watching. I've been your best host, Riley. This has been Tooth.gore. I'd like to thank the Academy. I'd like to thank Hatsune Miku and the Domino's app. Please, everyone, have an amazing evening. Drive safe. And I'll see you in the next one, where hopefully we'll be joined by Hatsune Miku.